Hello students, welcome to the video tutorial for class 12 of Informatics Practices. Today we will be discussing the first part of our chapter, more on SQL. So in this chapter students will be studying some additional clauses which we have not studied in class 11th, because the previous chapter which we were discussing was mostly based on the concepts which we studied in class 11th. Okay, so now in this chapter we'll be adding some different clauses of SQL which are a bit advanced for you for in this class. Okay, so let's begin, and let's first have a look over the contents. So in contents you are having, the first thing is the introduction, that why this chapter is being taught to you and what are the different clauses which we can use in this SQL to make our data more beneficial and make our data more representative. Okay, next we'll be studying about ordering records in result, that is using the order by clause, and how we can accomplish some good results by using this order by clause. Next we'll be studying about the aggregate functions, that means to apply sum, median, mode, count, all these functions over the particular data set. Okay, if we are having an SQL table and we have got some results in that, and we want some aggregate functions to be uh, used on that particular table, then we can do it by the aggregate functions. Okay, in the SQL. Next thing will be the types of SQL functions. Okay, and this will be discussing that what are the different types of functions which can be used in SQL and how they are going to affect the result of the data set. Okay, next thing will be grouping result, that is by the help of this group by clause, that how we can just represent the data in a collective form. Okay, if we are having multiple set of data, and among those set of data if there are certain groups being formed in that table, then how we can explore the result according to a particular set of groups. Okay, so that can be accomplished by using this group by. So we'll be studying about this group by. Okay, now let's move further, and let's move to the introduction part. So in introduction, basically what we are having is that this SQL, that is MySQL software which we are using, it is not limited into the field of this particular computer science only. Okay, because SQL, that means a software or a particular program which is being designed to have a control over the database. Okay, so right now we are studying in class 11th and 12th about this MySQL, but if we are going to explore further in the field of this software engineering, so you will explore that this there is a certain set of dependencies over this MySQL working. Okay, so there, even in the IT industry, many software engineers are being referred for these purposes to create particular SQL databases. So they are having so much vast records for the particular institute or particular organization, that they need to keep the records sorted out. Okay, that means if the particular set of record is required at a particular instant of time, they should be able to produce the result immediately. Okay, for the faster execution of their projects. Okay, so that's why it becomes very important to study about this order by and group by clauses, and this chapter is going to be based over these two clauses only. Okay, so let's see what is there in this. We can say that when a large set of data gets accumulated in the database, it gets very difficult to find out a particular tuple or a record from a particular database table. Why is it so? You already know that the records cannot be differentiated easily. Okay, the records are means placed inside the particular table in the form of random records. Okay, any name can come in the beginning, any name can come at the end of the table. So you need to have a record in a particular aggregate form as well as a representative form. Okay, so it is very difficult to find out a particular tuple or record from a particular database table. Okay, so it becomes very important to display the records, summary of records, and also displaying a particular selected group of records as per the demand of the particular user. Okay, or as per the demand of the project. So for getting this result and for getting this task done, what is required is the use of this group by and order by clause. Okay, that is our introduction part for this chapter. Now let's move ahead. Let's talk about the SQL select order by clause. Okay, so basically we have studied about the select query in the previous video tutorials also, that how we can select particular set of data, and also we have seen that how we can join multiple tables and select the records from both the table at the same time. Okay, so now we are going to see about this SQL select order by clause. Now what is there in this? The result set generated by the SQL select statement is not ordered in any form by default. Okay, so whenever you are having a particular record in the SQL table, if you want to display the sorted order, it is not being done by default. Okay, you have to create that sorted order of the result. Okay, so that you can use that order by clause of SQL select statement to get a particular sorted order. Okay, for example, you can see here on the left side you are having a sample database table, and the name of that table is data. Okay, so it is having some different fields name, that is the r underscore number, then name is there, marks is there, grade is there, and section is there. And you can also see some certain set of tuples or records being inserted in this table already. Okay, now if you'll see to the data set, you are having the roll numbers in a sequence 101, 102, 103, 104, and 105, but the names are not sorted because the names have been set according to the random students. So what if we want this record to be in a sorted order, the name or the marks or the grade and the section, because there can be a requirement when we need to have a sorted result from a particular column. Okay, so on the right side you can see, if we use the order by clause and write this command, that select asterisk from data order by marks, you will have a particular output like this. Okay, and on the right side you can see that here the r underscore number has now been sorted. Actually the sorting is being done on the marks field, that is the marks column. So you can see in the marks column now the arrangement of marks is like this: 69, 71, 76, 81, and 93. So you can see a ascending order of marks have been represented here. Okay, earlier the marks were not in a sorted order, it was the random marks according to the person's record inserted. So it was earlier 76, then 71, then 81, then 93, then 69, and now you are having a sorted set of record. Now one more important thing is here, that we have not given which order it should follow, because right now we can see here that the marks are being arranged in a ascending order. So we have not written anything that we have to create it in ascending order. So by default, if you are going to sort the particular column, it is going to sort it in a ascending order. Okay, so if you want the result to be in the form of descending, then you have to mention that order by descending. Okay, and then it will convert the order in the form of a descending order. Okay, I think that's clear to you. Now this for the theoretical approach, how you will see in these things. Now let's move to the practical part and try to analyze what are the different possibilities here of this SQL select order by clause. Okay, so now let's move to our MySQL part. Let's enter the password. The usual process by which we begin our work is that searching for the databases. So you can search the database, show databases, press the semicolon, and you are having a set of the database, and we are using this school database. So we are going to use this use school. I'm going to press semicolon and then press enter. Now database is changed. Let's see what are the tables inside this school database. So you will go for show tables, and here you are having set of the tables: data, student, student 1, t1, and t2. Now whatever that result are there, it has been stored in this data table. Okay, right now what we were talking about those things. So already that sample database which we have studied in the previous example, we have created already in our SQL database. Now let's see the content of that data. So right, select asterisk from data, semicolon, center, and see the same record you are seeing here as it was there in the previous example. Now let's try to see certain set of possibilities here. Okay, already I've shown you the result of ascending order. Now let's try to see whether the descending order is going to work here or not. Okay, so let's write the query. Select asterisk from, and then we need to write the field name that by which we have to sort it. Okay, first name of the table, select asterisk from, the name of the table is data, and then we used to use this clause order by, and then the name of the field, that is the marks, and now we need to mention this DESC also, because this is going to create the descending order. Okay, let's press enter. Now you see the marks are in a sorted order, but now the sorted order is in descending order. Okay, in the example which we have shown earlier, the marks are in the ascending order. Now we are having the descending. Okay, so it was limited to this marks field. Now if we want the result to be sorted on any other field, write the name of the field here, that is order by, and then the name of the field followed by order in the descending or ascending order, and then you can search the result. Suppose if you want to check how many students are there for the particular section, and here are only two sections, section A and section B, the result may vary because of the sorted order, or because out of the marks. So if you want the sorted order of section, you can go for that also. Okay, now suppose if you want to check the section in a particular set of order, then you can write this select asterisk from data, and then order by followed by the field name. Now the field name is to be made section. Okay, and now let's keep it in ascending order only, so you don't need to mention ASC. Press enter. Now see, the section is in a sorted order and also following the ascending order. So it is displaying the results of section A first and then showing the result of section B. Okay, so this is for sorting the result set. Now it is also a possibility here that we can sort the result on basis of multiple columns. Multiple columns doesn't mean that sorting multiple columns. Multiple column here basically is trying to show you that if you have sorted the result according to a particular set of field, now among that set records which are already been sorted, among that records you can sort out a different column also. Okay, suppose in this table, suppose if we are having the records sorted according to this marks. Okay, and then after the records are being sorted, then we want the sorting to be done of the section also, then we can follow that sorting after the sorting of this marks column. Okay, so first it will sort the result out of marks, then out of that marks it will sort out the results for the section. Okay, so it is not going to sort both of them. First it will sort the marks column, and among the sorted result of marks it will sort the section column. I think it is clear to you. Let's try to have a look over an example to just get clear with this. Now let's write this select asterisk from data, and now let's mention any two fields. Let's take here the section and the marks field. So first we'll sort it by section and then we'll sort by marks. So we can write the query like this: select asterisk from data, then order by name of the first field, that is the section. Let's mention the order of sorting ASC. Okay, and the marks among this sorted order should be in a descending sorted order. Okay, so marks DESC. Okay, this DESC is for descending order. Okay, now let's press semicolon and let's press enter, and now you are here with the output. So you can see here the marks are there in a particular order, that is the ascending order, and here you can see order by section first. Now you can see the sorted order of section is here already present, that section A has been sorted first, and then the result of section B are being displayed, and among that records the marks have been set in the descending order. So among these three student name, that is the Ruhani, George and Dev, The section are common for them, that is section A. So among these records, the marks have been sorted in a descending order. So you can check here that 76 and then 71 and 69, that means the among these three students maximum marks is for Ruhani. So Ruhani has got the first position here, and then second marks, means the second highest marks is for George, and then for Dave. Okay, so it has not sorted the whole marks column. Actually, it has sorted it with the help of these section column. So among these three students that were in the same section, the results have been sorted for that thing. Okay, and then for section B again you can see the order have been set in a descending order. So among section B, highest marks was for Neha, that is 93, and then second in descending order is the 81 marks of Simran. Okay, so in this way you can sort out the multiple columns. Okay, you can even specify three or more columns for that also. Just keep on adding the column names and the order by, and then sorted order is also to be mentioned, that is ascending or descending. Okay, and the desired output you can attain from it. Okay, now let's try to have a look that whether if we want to create a custom sort order, not custom order. First let's see about ordering the data on the basis of a particular expression. That means if we are having a marks column and we want the result to be sorted with 35% of the marks or double of the marks, that type of situation. So let's see how that type of things can be accomplished here. Let's see an example here. Suppose if we are writing this query, select asterisk from data, and then don't use asterisk here because we want to give a new field name. So let's suppose we are giving the field names as name, comma marks, and then let's display a new field, that is marks into 0.35. Okay, that means it is going to show you the result of 0.35 multiplied by the marks entries in the marks column. Okay, so name comma marks into 0.35 from data, and then use order by clause like this, order by, and then the name of the field and the particular section, or the means you can use the name of the field here. Let's suppose that it is marks into 0.35 only. So marks into 0.35. So actually this was not existing in your table, this column marks into 0.35. Now you are also creating this column here, and as well as you are going to sort that particular data set according to this column result. Okay, so order by marks 0.35, and then let's suppose the order is descending, DESC. Okay, and then semicolon, press enter. Now we are up with the table. Now you can see this marks into 0.35 was not there in the table, but according to your query it has created this marks into 0.35 column, and it has sorted the result according to that. Okay, so already you know that the marks have been sorted in that form only because 0.35 of the total marks are going to be in the same order as it was there in the marks column. So these two results are sorted at the same time only, but there can be situations when suppose the result is in a negative form and you are going to square them up, then the result may vary for that. Okay, so that depends upon the situation by which you are going to order. Okay, so right now I think you are clear with this thing, that how we can create a particular expression, and then according to that expression we can sort out our results. Okay, now also if we want, then we can create some custom sort order. Okay, and for that we need to use the field name. Okay, so for that let's create a, we don't need to create any table, we are already having a table. Let's add a new column in that. Let's name that column as project here. Let's add it in our table. So for adding a new column, you know that you have to use the alter syntax, and alter table, and the name of the table is student, sorry, not student, data. Alter table data, and then add name of the field is project, and the data type is varchar, size is 15. Press enter. Now you're up. Now you can check the table. Select asterisk from what, from data, semicolon, center. Now you see you are having a column name here. Okay, now this column name is actually going to show you the null results here, this project column, because we have not inserted any record in this project. Okay, so you know that when we are having multiple records inserted as a null values, so we need to change all those values, and for changing that values we need to go for the update query. Okay, so I think that is enough for today. In the next video lecture we'll be seeing that how we can create a, means how we can insert the records when already all the records are in null form. Okay, so you need to insert the values here, 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 and here, and here, and it is not going to be a default value, because this project is going to have different fields like pending, submitted, evaluated, these type of values. Okay, so these are the different values, and for each different row we have to select a different value. And now we'll be seeing in the next video lecture that how we can insert the records inside this project table by using a single query of update, because already you know that we can update in each particular row by giving update query in every time, because we need to use the syntax like this: update r underscore, means update table name, that is update data, and then set project is equals to something where r underscore number is equals to something. So by using that we can update a single record, and then we have to use that records multiple times. So we are going to write that query multiple times, and then we are going to accomplish the result. But we'll be seeing something new which is out of the syllabus, and that we'll be discussing in the next video lecture, that how we can update the multiple records at the same time by giving a single query. Okay, so till then, take care, and thank you, students. We'll meet in the next video lecture.